make we not talk, but thank God say Maiyegun don come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo, Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, la mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun láyàrí, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, la mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun láyàrí, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun láyàrí, Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun láyàrí, Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun láyàrí, Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú.
Thank you. Good evening to you. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. And this is Maiyegun Live. Thank you so much for joining me. Share the broadcast. Invite your friends. Tell them. Maiyegun today.
Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ ṣe o, kẹ́gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé.
Yeah, you have read the caption of the broadcast. No joke. Sowore is no longer Nigeria citizen, according to Nigeria jihadist government. It's interesting, right?
YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Gómìnà gbówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ọlọ́kà tí ń darí bá. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Help us, oh. Help us. There is God, oh. There is God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh. God should descend, oh. Today God will descend here. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. This thing will end today. My sisters, if your child lost, will you stay and keep quiet? Will you people stay and keep quiet? The president now is calling you, come, I want to help you. You don't want to appear. Will you agree? No. Now the first lady is calling you, come, I want to help you. Come to find your child, your missing child. Will you keep quiet? No. Child, there is God, oh. There is God, oh. The bloods we are sharing, there is God, oh. There is God, oh. There is God, oh. There is God, oh. There is God, oh.
It's okay. Facebook.
Thank you so much for joining me. Yes, it is going to be an open mic on the program tonight, which means I am going to use the first part. The second part is for you, which means if you have an additional opinion or you disagree, you can grab your phone, dial that number that is strolling on your screen. And please, when you want to make the call, make sure you are making it on your WhatsApp. Don't call directly, and you can speak directly to me right here in my studio, my mini studio. As some of you are shocked, there are all strange things, many strange things happening in Nigeria under Buhari that we have lost count. You know Omoyele Sowore, the bone tied to the neck of the Nigeria rabid dogs, the Nigerian rulers. First, he used this platform to bring to bear most of the information that many of you have today about your criminal politicians in Nigeria. This won him so many enemies. It's also won him so many friends and admirers. Omoyele Sowore became a citadel of discovery when it comes to the grafts and the criminalities of the past and present political criminals in Nigeria, including the religious ones as well. And it came a time when if you criticize the criminal politicians, the impoverished, bro-beaten, and then psychologically destroyed Nigerians will ask you, why don't you come back here and challenge them? Omoyele Sowore is an example of a Nigerian that believed that all Nigerians needed was to come together and fight the system that has kept them so much apart, and no sight of them coming together ever. He believed so. So he sacrificed himself by coming down to Nigeria. This time around, he offered himself for the presidential post. Nigerians, they rally around their thieves. They rally around their oppressors. They rally around their killers. And they mock and scorned Omoyele Sowore. Undeterred, he kept pushing because he believed until Nigerians indeed come together, there is nothing that can stop all these criminals, because in your division lies their power. Then suddenly, the system came for Omoyele Sowore. They accused him of treason because he was calling on Nigerians to reject this barbarity that keeps killing them, keeps taking everything away from them. But yet no proof, nothing. They said hashtag revolution now was a treasonable hashtag meant to overthrow Buhari. You know the long story. No evidence, no court case, and they kept adjourning and adjourning, which is justice delayed, is justice what? Denied. Sowore is given city arrest while they locked him up for over a year now in Abuja, that even when his own blood brother was killed by the Fulani terrorists in far away Ondo State from Abuja, he was not even given the courtesy of honoring his, paying his last respects to his own blood brother. So they kept him in Abuja because of hashtag revolution now. The Nigerians, the born to suffer head Nigerians, they are congregating every day asking, you know what, give us, you know, it's like this. Sowore is here, is the cause of all of their problems, according to those born to suffer heads, right? Or you see all these thieves, blood-drenching criminals. They will say, give us Sowore and save these criminals. Why Sowore is there in Abuja, and the Nigeria government, Malamu and gang, are running away from courts. Today, Nigeria government deactivated Omoyele Sowore's passport, his international passport. They deactivated his national ID card. They deactivated his permanent voter's card. And I bet you, the Buhari idiots, they are not really happy. They should do more. Some said it should be killed. And when you ask them why, they have no other reason than is the enemy of Buhari, is the enemy of Tifnumbu. It was Sahara reporters that gave us the insight, detailed investigation into Tifnumbu's drug dealing in Chicago. Tifnumbu's forged certificates for, ridiculous, untraceable family background and the rest of all those gobble stuff they put together for him. Sahara reporter did a lot. And let me tell you something. The Buhari idiots, the Lagos Abobakus, they have no idea what this simply means because they actually want him killed if that can be done as soon as possible. When he was shot at in Abuja, they said he should have been killed. They've made many attempts on his lives. Now, Buhari's government is now telling us that Sowore is not a Nigerian. Yes, that's what they just did. They deactivated his citizenship. It is the same card that they were playing with Atifku as well. You remember that it is this same government, Malamu and gang, that came out to remind us that Atifku is from Cameroon. That in fact, the town that Atifku comes from, if you look at the map and the border of Cameroon and Nigeria, the town and the villages and everything there comes from Cameroon. They play this tribal card because divided as you are is the better for them. But hey, they also scream to accuse you when you say, you know what, we won't be part of this old charade anymore. We don't want to be part of all this murderous stuff anymore. Rather, excuse me. All right. So rather, we will go our separate ways. And they say, no, you are enemy of Nigeria. How can you explain this to me, please? You who, well, somebody like me now, I wouldn't know. I don't have their national ID card. I don't have their national permanent voters card. Their passports, I've actually been looking for that. I don't even know if it's expired or what have you. I've not used that in ages. So maybe it's on the day I try to ask for those things that I'll find out that I've actually been de-citizened, if there's any word like that. That is the latest. Your citizenship can be taken away from you by the government of Nigeria and you can become stateless. They have just done it to Omoyele Sowore. In the next few hours, yeah? They are going to what? They are going to deny it. In fact, they may attempt to even reverse it. But you know what they just did? They just tested something out, which is your citizenship of Nigeria that you can't really define. That we have been having all this conversation around who is a Nigerian, what makes you a Nigerian, what are the citizenship rights that you as a Nigerian can say, yes, this is what makes me a Nigerian. Nobody can really define it. It is just Nigeria as it is. It's just a geographical existence with people mounted together, confused, and then ignorant in most cases. Nobody can define who is a Nigerian. But it seems that Buhari and gang, and listen, this is not even about Buhari anymore. This is APC, Egbekegbe. You see all these policies that have done nothing but to further divide Nigeria, to further bring hardship, that actually justify why people are asking that the existence of Nigeria is due for negotiation 50 years ago. That it should have been renegotiated a while back. That is the state policy of APC, Egbekegbe. That is the legacy that Tifnumbu is coming to build on. The policy that can always be like, so you want to prove to be enemies of a government, Abi? Once you are enemy of government, as they call it, yeah? Not a critic of government, not an opposition of government, or what have you, right? Once you criticize them, you are considered an enemy. You will be lucky if they just de-citizened you. Tell me, all of you, wordsmith, is there any word like de-citizened? Because that's what comes to my mind. How can you? I know if you don't have any country, you are called stateless. That's the policy of APC. While on the other hand, Fulanis from the Sahel, Fulanis from the other West African and East African countries are flocking to Nigeria through the opened border in northern Nigeria. And their citizenship is being decided even before they leave Ghana, Mauritania, being Mauritius, leave Mali, leave Chad, leave Niger, leave all these places. Before they even pack and started coming here, coming to Nigeria, their citizenship is being decided already. But you, a Yoruba man, you, an Igbo man, your citizenship can be taken away because what? Because you are demanding for equity, you are demanding for justice, you are speaking up against tyranny, you are speaking up against a dictatorship, you are prone to be assassinated, jailed, or decitizened. I'm still waiting for somebody to tell me if... No, you can renounce your citizenship. That's different. I'm talking about when politicians in government decided to just deactivate everything that makes you a citizen, every identity. Because your identity, see, your date of birth will be the foundation for all other identifications that you're going to get, yeah? Then when you begin to get a national identification, it means that your data is in national. So what they did is that they can just click it. It's a computer. They can just click it there, deactivate you. You can be on a plane right now, going to New York. And before you land in New York, from Nigeria, from Abuja, you just land and you say, here, they will just say, hey, who are you? Say, check my ID. Well, your ID says that you don't exist. This doesn't even exist. That is what they have done. And that is also another powerful tool they are going to devise in their charade 2023 election. And that is the legacy that Tifnumbu and gang are going to build on. If you have checked all their antecedents, Sowore, Sahara reporters, and these guys who, there's something I love about Sahara reporters. Some of you may not like Sowore. And if you ask from those who don't like Sowore, generally, if you see those who don't really like Sowore, they don't like Sowore because of Sowore's positions on politicians that they like or they used to like. Do you understand what I mean? It was never always like this, okay? What happened was that people loved their oppressors differently until their oppressors turned to murderers. I'm talking about not just the physical killing, economic destruction that has brought one-ton poverty to the people. But before things got to this end, before Buhari proved everybody right, those who warned people ahead of time, yeah, it never used to be like this. So people used to have their own preferences. They will tell you, I'm not a PDP member. I'm not an APC member. But I prefer this person. Oh, I prefer that person. For their own sentimental reasons. It used to be like that. So when Sahara reporters comes out and says, oh, this person has stolen 150 billion naira, and they begin to feel things out, people started fighting themselves. So when Sahara reporters released something against APC, the PDP supporters, they will use that as a reference to show that APC is corrupt. When Sahara reporters released something on PDP, the PDP will be mad. The PDP members and those sympathizers will be mad, angry at Sahara reporters, right? APC members, they will grab that information and use it against the PDP. So somehow, many of them have had their sentiment against Sowore. But in all of this, yeah, in all of this, to this day, some of them still have that same sentiment. It's so hard to let go. I can't forgive. I can never forgive Sowore and Sahara reporters with what they did with Goodluck Jonathan.